So welcome back to today the continuation session of IAM service. So in IAM service, there's another part called security. So security is a first uh, component in mainly in everywhere. So same way, AWS accounts also they'll mainly follow about the securities. So now let's will discuss about first of all AWS root account. So you know what is meaning of AWS root account. The root account is used for the AWS account creation in AWS Management Console. Basically, it's a mail ID, right? And so this root account basically stores username, password somewhere else, safe and secure, right? So that is not saved in your computer. AWS root name that is called username and password. And so not only we can directly use a username and password, we can set up multi-factor authentication. We can set up multi-factor authentication. So what is meaning of multi-factor authentication? So first we need to know understand what is meaning of a login access, that is called single factor authentication. Single factor authentication means by default we are connecting to the AWS management console. We are using username and password and we are logging in. After that we don't use any another secondary password for logging into AWS management console. That is called single factor authentication. So while we logged in to AWS management console, after entering the username and password, it prompts another password and you are entering that. So that will give you more security to log into your management console, because of the secondary password might don't know about other people. So that's the reason. So most of the people nowadays we are configuring the multi-factor authentications. Understood? And how we need to set up the multi-factor authentication in AWS IAM service. That's very important. I need your help. I need your help for set up the AWS management, AWS root account with multi-factor authentication. I think Thirumala is connected with phone. Okay, Thirumala is connected with phone, and some other person also joined with phone only. His name is Red. His name is showing is Redmi, and I think who is that Redmi person? Mahesh Nama. I think he is not joined audio. So let's wait until the time. Thirumala, you are connected with phone, right? Mobile.
Yeah.
Okay, Thirumala. So I need your help. I need your help. 1 minute. చెప్పండి. చెప్పండి మహేష్.
జాయిన్ అయ్యాను మీటింగ్ బట్ ఆడియో వినిపించట్లేదు.
ఆడియో మీరు ఫోన్లో జాయిన్ అయినట్టున్నారు కదా.
అవును.
మీకు ఆ ఫోన్లోనే లెఫ్ట్ సైడ్లో ఆడియో సింబల్ కనబడుతుంది. ఆడియో కనెక్టెడ్ విత్ డివైస్ అని ఒక ఆప్షన్ ఉంటుంది, దాన్ని క్లిక్ చేయండి ఒకసారి. కిందన కింద లెఫ్ట్ సైడ్లో
జాయిన్
మీకు
ఆడియో.
జాయిన్ ఆడియో కనెక్టెడ్ విత్ డివైస్ అని 2 ఆప్షన్స్ అడుగుతుంది, చూసారా?
కాల్ వల్ల డివైస్ ఆడియో అని వస్తుంది.
ఎస్, దట్స్ కరెక్ట్, అదే.
ఓకే.
యా ఫైన్.
వచ్చింది.
Yes, Mahesh Nam also joined. Hi Mahesh. And I need your help because of we are connected with mobile. So we are providing the multi-factor authentication from the mobile access. Understood? So now, first we'll go to the lab. Guys, please, we are providing every day for first 5 to 10 minutes. Everyone we can join on time so that we do not get any disturbances, 5-10 minutes delays. So again, recap the session. Hmm? Please be on time from tomorrow. So now I'm going to IM service. In the left side, we have users. Only these are IAM users. Only these are IAM users. And where we need to check root user. So in the dashboard, we have option called activate MFA on your root account. So this is option. So now I'm expanding this option and manage MFA. So these many features are available. I will explain one by one. So now this is a by default password. So whenever you would like to change the password for your root account, just you can click here and you can change the password. This is your root account change password window, right? And this is the second option, multi-factor authentication. So if you want to activate multi-factor authentication, just click on MFA and you can use that. There are three types of methods you can configure MFA for your root account. You can configure MFA facility or feature to your root account. There are three ways. One is virtual MFA device. Second one, U2F security key, and other hardware MFA device. You can use any of the method. You can use any of the method. That method will generate an instant password and it will be configured with your root account, and you can log into MFA password to AWS account with root access. Once again, I'm telling, any method you can take it. There is no doubt at all. That depends upon your budget and your flexibility. You can choose any one of these methods. So all the methods will generate instant password. Instant password means every time when you request a password, a new password will be generated. A new password will be generated. So that password only we are using to log into our machine. Got it? I think in this batch, Helga is there. I think she won't watch Telugu movies. Uh, I'll relate to another movie for you. Okay. So all rest of the people, most of the people you watched Junior NTR movie like Nannaku Premato. So there's a movie. At the end of the movie, the villain of this movie actually he used to access the bank account. They will use a small device, and after entering that the banking credentials, so he will enter that a small device, whatever the number is displaying on the device, that number will be entering on that, and so bank account will be logged in. He will do some transactions. So mostly you heard that scene, right? Most of the people you watch that movie, right? So that is called MFA
Uh,
device.
so,
That is
so
called,
Mahesh,
yes, please.
so this is more like a mobile pass, right? Every time when you generate the key, it will give an different number. It will not be unique, right?
That's correct. That's correct.
Yeah.
That's correct. So you want to watch the MFA devices, you can go to Google and you can check that MFA devices. Okay, this type of devices they used in that movie. Okay, so Helga, so mostly nowadays in English movies, the technologies
Yeah.
movies everywhere they will do some transactions. They will use these kind of devices. Okay, and they will do some transactions. What is this device? This device is we call as MFA device, multi-factor authenticator device. Okay, multi-factor authentication device. There are so many vendors are available in market. Most of the trusted branded in the market is RSA, Remote Secure Access. RSA is a brand, okay, Remote Secure Access. Most of the IT companies they using that. Hope you know, right? So this is a RSA brand, Remote Secure Access brand token key. Fine. Not only you can use this kind of device, not only you can use this kind of devices. Okay, you can use mobile phone and you can configure the your RSA token, and sometimes they will use a website, they will use a separate website. So you have to log into the website and instantly you have to generate the password and you can log into your account. There are so many methods are there, but a good method is the token device. The device is best, okay, and a mobile token is best. Okay, this is called hardware MFA device, and you can use virtual MFA device also. What is meaning of virtual MFA device? And there is a softwares will be available in the market. Okay, there's a softwares will be available in the market, and you can use it and you can download it on your mobile and you can configure with this account and you can use it. I don't have hardware MFA token. Okay, so because of that will be very costly and they will so I'm not using that. Mostly I use MFA device only. Even I'm currently working in one of the organizations, IT company. Even the company is sponsoring and giving hardware MFA device and virtual MFA device. I always preferred virtual MFA device because I just carrying my laptop and mobile always, right? Why should I carry again that MFA device, hardware token? So might be if you lose somewhere else, maybe they will charge 5,000 INR, Indian rupees. So for that reason, I would not take any risk. So I will probably I use my phone as MFI device to generate the token. And so now I'm providing access to Tirumala. Tirumala, do you have any personal information on your phone? Can you please clear your browser on your phone? Are you ready to share your phone? Yes? Okay, good. See here, I make it as a host. Please share your screen. Please share your screen. I just stop sharing my screen and please share your mobile screen fast. Good. Go to Google Play Store, Google Play Store, and type Google Authenticator. Yes, there's a first application. Just click on that. So this is a Google company will be provided a software. The software name called Google Authenticator. You can use this a software for MFA virtual MFA software on your phone and you can configure MFA account with your AWS account. Okay, so not only for AWS, you can use this Google Authenticator for your Gmail access also. It will provide more security. Understood? I think you are connected. Internet slow. I did not downloading the software properly. Yeah, it's coming. So after you download, please install it and click finish and click open. See here, this is your first screen after you install the Google Authenticator. So now just click begin, and in the right side we have a arrow mark key. Just click on next. This is a intro of your application. Next, done. So now how to add your account, how to add your root account on your phone. So very simple. There is an option called scan barcode. Scan barcode or enter provided key. Enter provided key. Example, just you can click on scan barcode, click allow. So now this mobile will open automatically the backend camera to scan your QR code. Okay, but actually where is the QR code? Where is your QR code? So let me share my screen. Let me share my screen, and please stop your screen. Stop sharing your screen. Stop sharing. Good. So now after you install the Google Authenticator, virtual MFA device is there. Just click on next. So once after that, install the compatible app on your mobile device or computer. So that already completed. Now show QR code. Show QR code. Tirumala, can you please open Google Authenticator now? Google Authenticator now, please. And click on QR code barcode scanning, and you can use your mobile. I think you are connected with mobile, right? Mostly it will not do that. It's not possible, I think. Okay. So let me open my mobile. Let me open my mobile. Okay. After open my mobile, I'm scanning the barcode with my mobile. Yes, it's copied. So once I copied that, there's a third step we need to do that. So in your mobile, there is 6-digit number will be displaying. So whatever the number is displaying, first number we can have to enter it. So example 896676. This is the number is displaying, and we have to wait for until next code is generated on your phone, and wait for some time. Wait for some time. And yes, the second code is generated 536658. Every 30 seconds the new code will be generating, guys. Don't worry. MFA assigned. That's it. Assign MFA is completed. So now we want to check, right? Now we want to check how to access your root account with MFA. Very simple. Now I'm sign out this. Now I'm sign out my screen. Go to my account, AWS Management Console. Your username, password. Next, it will ask MFA code. Open your app on your phone, and whatever the number is displaying, just you have to type it. Now click submit it. That's it, guys. So any questions? I'm taking it as a no questions. So this is a way we have to set up your multi-factor authentication. So mostly in your company, they will not use this type of open-based Google Authenticator type one. Okay, mostly they will use a third-party RSA tokens like RSA. Okay, there's another brands available in the market. They will use it. Understood? And so next points we had to cover that. Go to IAM. And go to dashboard. Now activate MFA is completed. So now password you know, MFA you know about that. Access keys. What is meaning of access keys? Any idea?
Yeah, they're kind of used for command line access. So application step or using the API or something. Yep.
That's correct. So programmatic access. If anyone wants to do any activity like a programmatic level access with Amazon Web Services command line interface, PowerShell, AWS, software delivery kits, and you have to directly managing AWS API calls. So anyone you can use it. But by default, guys, the keys will be not available. Why? Because of due to security reason, keys will be not created. Only IAM users, the keys will be available by default. But root account, we don't have a AWS keys and secret keys. So mostly they will not create it. Even though we create it, within a short span of time, they will delete it. Mostly 99.99% they will not generate AWS keys. Understood?
So you cannot create the keys, or you can.
Sorry.
I'm sorry, you can or you cannot create the keys, or
Yes. Yes. You cannot create a keys. We can generate the keys, but that is not a correct process. It will lose your security. Okay. We have IAM users, right? So with the IAM users, you can create keys and you can manage it. But root account you are giving means you straight away you are giving entire access to AWS account. That's not
got
correct.
it.
Okay. Please don't do that actually. Even
Yeah.
AWS also not recommending for creating and generating the security keys. That's very important. And this is a CloudFront, guys. So CloudFront is a different service in AWS. At present, I'm not talking about this service. So whenever CloudFront we are discussing in our course content, at the time I'll come back here and I will create a new key pairs and we'll use it. And my suggestion, can you please create one notepad on your desktop, pending items by Mahesh. You have to note down one file name on daily basis with the date and what are the pending items from the each service you have to note down. Understood? So mostly I have a remembering all the concepts in which service, what are the topics are pending, and where we need to cover. I have some idea. So even I am missing any part, so you can easily remember that. Understood? So can you please make a separate notebook? And one more note, and whatever any commands we are teaching on daily basis or any important shortcuts we are presenting to you, so can you please note down in that? Okay, important commands and shortcuts, those are the important notes you can maintain. So instead of maintaining the notepad, we have a OneNote is available on your definitely on your system. There's a Microsoft tool, okay, this application, you can use that OneNote. Go to run, OneNote is there, and you have to maintain like this, separate pages you have to maintain like this. That's my suggestion, please use this. And X.509 certificate, okay, this is also in the security level. I'll explain it, what is meaning of X.509, and the security certificates I'll explain in Windows concepts, what is meaning of security authority and how to generate the certificates and what is a use and how to generate the certificate, where we are using. Definitely I will use somewhere else, mostly in Amazon S3. So at present this is also pending item. Please note down X.509 certificate. Basically these topics were never teased in previous sessions, previous batches, but now I'm trying to explain in a different scenarios. Okay.
Does this have any relation to
Sorry.
have any relation to certificate manager? ACM? Oh no.
Yes, certificate means
Okay.
that will be providing more interesting and algorithms we need to discuss. At present, I would not able to explain. Yes, I have knowledge. I'm basically digital engineer in Microsoft 11 years back, sorry, 10 years back. So I know each and every part, how to generate and how to install and how to manage and how to troubleshoot that area. So if you have a more knowledge, I want to take a separate session that will be very helpful for you. If you have a short introduction here, I would not able to cover in S3 service. So mostly you will be losers. I don't want to do that. Okay. So we have a much knowledge on my side. I will take separate class. So you will be understand complete end-to-end process with the lab.
Got it.
So
Okay.
unnecessarily, if you are explaining here, you would not able to concentrate the same topic in another service level. So that's what, please take it as a pending topic. Pending topic means anyhow I am teaching that. Okay. Next, AWS account identifiers. Okay. This is also will be explaining in S3 access controller. So can you please take it as a pending topic. It's very, very important. Nowadays, account identifiers we are using programmatic access basically, okay, that we will explain in S3 service level. Understood? So these are the pending items. So rest of the things, everything is over for root account and security level access.